Pascagoula Valley TV presents Pvtv News with Montclair State University Foxy Award nominee Tyler Toledo. Nico DeGruccio on the entertainment. Investigative reporter Jack Crown. Vlogger Lauren Kalpas. And with sports, Hunter Donnie. New Jersey's #1 rated high school news show 3 years in a row. If it's Friday, it's Pvtv.
Good morning, Pascagoula Valley. I'm Tyler Toledo, and welcome back to a brand new edition of Pvtv. As always, we have a great show, so let's get right into it. No matter what holiday you're celebrating this spring break, here's vlogger Lauren Kalpas with ways to spice up your celebration.
Hey PV, it's Lauren, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some ideas of things you can do to celebrate the holidays this spring break. Let's get started with some ideas of what you can do with matzah for Passover. For the first idea, just take some chocolate spread and spread it on your matzah. Then slice an apple and put that on top. This next idea is also very simple. Just take some butter and spread it on your matzah and then sprinkle some salt on top. And you've got a super easy but also really tasty matzah recipe. Another holiday coming up this spring break is Easter. Even though dyeing eggs is fun, it can also be really messy, so I'm going to give you guys 2 alternatives to dyeing eggs. Drawing is super easy, and you can use things like markers and Sharpies, and you can just really get creative and get fine details that you can't get with egg dye. My next alternative and last idea for the holidays is to paint your eggs. Painting can be super fun because, again, you can get details that you can't really get with the egg dye, but it is more intricate than markers. Those are all of my ideas for easy ways to celebrate the holidays this year. Have a happy spring break and stay safe, PV. Back to Tyler in the studio.
Do you like chocolate? Who doesn't? In this week's Classroom Spotlight, we visit Miss DeQuintal's graphic design class, where her students are working on a chocolate bar branding project. Sounds pretty good. Let's take a look.
So the students started out with a chocolate bar branding project, and what they've been doing from the very beginning is developing an identity for a brand, for a consumer product. They started walking through with the brainstorming of it and the sketching, and they eventually worked their way to modeling it and designing it in Illustrator.
We used Adobe Illustrator. Some people use Photoshop, but I used Illustrator. Most people used Illustrator, and just kind of lots of trial and error. And yeah, and then we printed it out. We wrapped an actual chocolate bar. This is a Mr. Good bar, I think. We just wrapped it all in tin foil, and then put our own wrappers over the top. So looks pretty legit.
One of the other things they're working to do is create the wrapper for it so that they have a physical chocolate bar to show their design. More than just like a mock-up, it becomes the hands-on model that they can show to clients and customers who eventually want to buy their brand of chocolate.
Wow, if only those were edible. Anyway, the second half of the winter sports season is in full swing, so here's Pvtv sports reporter Hunter Donnie with an update on wrestling and volleyball.
Hey PV. Wrestling and volleyball had a great start to their season this year. Wrestling is starting out with a record of 2-1, only losing their first match to Riverdale, and then bouncing back and beating Teaneck and Tenafly. I spoke with Coach Gallione on what he hopes for his wrestlers in this inconsistent season.
I think the end goal is really to just let these seniors keep competing as much as possible. If we can get to all our 15 dual meets that were allotted, and certain seniors or certain wrestlers can get selected to the super regional tournament and possibly qualify for the individual state tournament, I think this year would be a success.
Then, volleyball is starting out with a record of 3-1, only losing to Demarest and beating Teaneck, Tenafly, and Ramsey. Just a reminder, you can catch all home JV, varsity, and freshman games here on the Pascagoula Valley TV YouTube channel. That's it for this week in sports. Back to Tyler in the studio.
Thanks, Hunter. So, Easter is coming, and with that, there's been a question on everyone's mind. Is the Easter Bunny real? Investigative reporter Jack Crown was on the scene this week, interviewing people and gathering up intel to see if the legend is real.
Good morning, PV. I went around interviewing students and staff on a question that's been burning throughout all of history. Is the Easter Bunny real? Let's see what they had to say.
Who believes that there is a bunny that big? Okay, TV does, and this is part of the reason that I can't believe. And look at those people out there who say it. Oh my God.
I can actually confirm that the Easter Bunny is real because I met him. Super humbling experience. I was a little shy because I've never spoken to an animal of that size before, but he was super kind, so it really makes me feel bad for him that people would even question his existence.
I've absolutely put cameras in my house to find the Easter Bunny, and I've caught him once or twice.
Wow.
Looks a little bit like my mom, but...
Me personally, I'm Jewish, so I never grew up with the Easter Bunny, but many of my friends have, and based on their experiences, I could say that he is definitely real, and anybody who doubts that, they're probably the same ridiculous people that don't even believe in Santa Claus. Like, come on.
Is the Easter Bunny real? Of course the Easter Bunny is real. I mean, put him right up there with the Tooth Fairy, leprechauns, the Clauses, both Mr. and Mrs.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Do I believe in Santa Claus? I believe in getting presents.
He's just not a believer.
I believe.
So
And
this explains a lot.
I do believe in the Easter. I do believe in the Easter Bunny in the sense that they bring gifts, and so I'm good with that.
Well, the Easter Bunny has to be real. He was outside of George White on Saturday, so he was there. He has to be real.
How would all of the Easter eggs get around the world for every kid on Sunday? It's like Santa. How do the presents get all around? He must be real. And not to brag or anything, but I have met this fine bunny. I can't talk a lot about it because I've signed an NDA, but he's a cool man.
How do the eggs get all around people's backyards and front yards if there's no Easter Bunny? That's just not up.
Who else would have put them there? Of course it's the Easter Bunny. Without fail, every Easter eggs throughout the house. I mean, the guy's real.
Everything from the little footprints he leaves in the dirt to the little nibbles he does on my plants. Or even, well, the other droppings he left on my lawn. Yeah, he's out there somewhere. And I'm gonna find him. And when I do, let's just say it's rabbit season.
Well, that's all we got for now. Until we find some more evidence, the existence of this bunny and or rabbit remains still all up in the air for our public's ignorance. Have a happy spring break, PV!
Thank you, Jack. Finally, Nico is back with an all-new segment. Are you excited to celebrate spring break? Well, before you do, Nico has some words of wisdom to help you make your spring break a success.
Things to do on spring break. Say it.
Things to do on spring break. Be responsible. You know, if this wasn't Sherman's freaking camera, I would throw this at you.
No.
Things not to do on spring break. Be irresponsible.
The property and into sale. And when the title searches came in and he owned it outright.
It's like ice cream.
And then when the uncle passed, it would have been under the uncle's.
Enjoy the weather! Why am I doing this? You know it's cold out. You can tell it's not even nice out. Who are you trying to fool here?
Calm down. It's for the segment.
You're not.
We can't fight like this. We're trying to get it done.
Why views are
okay.
Going down. Exercise responsibly. Eat healthy. Potassium. You know this is like 50% of us? Makes you think.
When they told me I look like an active serial killer, I said, no I don't. You have no evidence. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this cereal. It's very unhealthy for you, that's the joke. The joke is that I'm a murderer and also it's cereal because I'm a serial killer. Haha, funny, please laugh. Give me validation. Thank you.
I mean, you can always just call me once you're there and just like, I'll come at that point.
Well, obviously, like, good enough now to study earlier.
For this next segment of Do's and Don'ts, I've brought along John Michael DeGruccio, aka The Future, aka our true ruler. Anyways, Johnny, what should you do and not do on spring break? Tell the camera.
Well, you should probably, study, just for like...
You're like a nerd? Study? Who studies on spring break? That's the break from school. You don't study.
No.
Johnny, anything else in the world to do on spring break?
I mean, you go outside with friends.
That's a good one. Go outside with your friends. In fact, if you have friends like I do, you're gonna go outside with them all the
Y'all know you don't.
I'm so sad. I'm ending it here.
Finally, Pvtv would like to formally announce that the Pvtv Ready Student 1 Easter egg hunt is back for 2021. But unlike previous years where the clues were all over the Pascack Valley campus, this year they're all over Hillsdale and Riverville. Starting at 12 p.m. tomorrow, the first clue will be revealed on the Pascack Valley YouTube channel, and the hunt will begin. The first person or team to uncover all the clues and pass the final test will win a $100 Visa gift card. Remember, this is free to enter, so good luck to any and all students who participate. Stay safe, and may the best team win. All right, that's all for this week's Pvtv. I hope you all have a great and safe spring break. I'm Tyler Toledo, and I'll see you next time.